What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and I'm a little upset that CNN was just giving out bluff tickets. Listen, I've been through this before, so whenever somebody do a veil threat, somebody as powerful on YouTube as CNN, even Fox, I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe than sorry. Unfortunately, Rumble, I was live streaming on Kick and Rumble crashed several times, but I was still live streaming on Kick. If you want to see my commentary, you can go ahead and go over there. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a full breakdown of my thoughts in reference to the debate. Now, of course, let me just, I can just show you right now how it went, which you already know, okay? Because CNN realizes this was a disaster. They turned the comments off on their channel, okay? So the same place where they had the presidential debate, those suckers turned the comments off. They legit turned the comments off. And I said to myself, you know what? They realized this was a disaster. First off, you all know that Trump won hands over fist. It was gangbusters for him in reference to this debate. Easy. And in my opinion, Trump took it easy on him, because Biden looked so frail, so weak. I was taking notes, and as soon as Biden started talking, I legit had to turn up my speakers. I was like, "Whoa, he was talking like this, and it looked like it." I was saying to myself, "Why is this guy talking so low?" And he talked like he was hoarse, like he's been practicing screaming or something like that. Also, in his opening argument, he was rushing. It looks like he was trying to hurry up and say the words before he forgot them. Voice too low. He looked very frail, very weak. And oh my God, the stuttering. And then there was several times during the debate where he was saying sentences that made no sense. And I was like, what is he saying? Even Trump was looking like, what? What are you talking about? And to my surprise, Jake Tapper did not help that much, but I did notice that when they wanted Biden to stop talking, they would say, "Okay, thank you very much, Biden," and they would just stop him. They'll just immediately stop him from going on script. Now, I can't prove this. I have no way of proving this at all, but a part of me think he had Biden, I'm talking about right here. A part of me believes that Biden had a small earpiece in his ear, okay? I believe that with all my heart and soul. I'm just saying the way he was coming back to what Trump was saying, yeah, that didn't sound like Biden's words. That sounded like somebody feeding him lines. And, I guess the same medication he had, for the State of the Union is not the same medication he had for this debate. He looked bad. There's no way anyone can sit up here and say that Trump lost this debate. Now, Trump, of course, looked sharp, looked very confident, spoke loud, all right, was very good in his talking points, and he was confident, and he basically hopped on the border. And also, I think the whole thing with the abortion debate y'all should leave that alone. But I do like the way that Trump did get extreme with the abortion debate. Saying, waiting until 8 months, waiting until 9 months. That is barbaric. And the fact is that he was telling the truth. I mean, they can still do that in New York. Right now, you can still do that in New York. So that is a barbaric thing that a lot of people did not know. I was looking at some of the words that people were saying. I was looking at some of the tweets that people were saying on Twitter, and I was looking at some people saying, is that true? Is that true? Can you really kill the baby of 8 months and even 9 months before you give birth? And people did not even know that. And people didn't even know that that's the thing that you can actually do in New York. I don't know if you can do that in California. I'm not up to date on what's going on in California, but I do know that is alive and well in New York. So another thing I wanted to add is that Trump was right about there was no wars underneath his presidency. That was a lot of things that Trump could flex on, and he did. And I do like the fact that, yeah, under Trump presidency, we did not have any wars. Under Biden, we got 2 of them right now that we're funding. And I'm so tired of Ukraine. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to go over a couple of these highlights because I did like the highlights that they have on Politico. So I'm going to just play that, and then I'm going to give you my commentary in between each I think they're going to have each speaking frame. And like I said, I'm so upset that I wasn't able to do this live on YouTube. But like I said, I'm sorry. I got like about, 4 months ago, I got a copyright strike in reference to the Tucker interview, and I just don't want to go through that again. It cost me a lot of money, and I don't want to go through another copyright strike. But here we go. So let's go ahead and look at this breakdown here.
Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy?
I support Roe v. Wade.
That means he can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth.
That is
actually good point. That is a good point here. And I noticed that people don't, when Biden sit up here and say, that's not true, that's not true. That is true. That is true. And they don't show the part where Trump says that is true. You can research it yourself. That is not true in all states. You can't do that in Georgia. Can't do that in Florida. You definitely can't do that in Tennessee, South Carolina. I only know about the southern states because I'm down here in the South. But I do know in New York, you can do this. You can wait up until 9 months. This is crazy. I hope a lot of women don't do that. But yeah, he's telling the truth. And Biden, I think somebody told him in his earpiece, tell him that's not true, that's not true, that's a lie. I do believe that somebody's telling Biden to say this, and Trump says, no, it is true.
simply not true. We are not for late-term abortion.
Okay, you are for late-term abortions in Democratic cities, in blue states. This is true. Maybe not all blue states, but I can tell you right now, there's not one red state in America that support late-term abortions.
Period. With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look.
We had this.
That right there, I was like, somebody needs a. Let's look at that again. Then when this was happening live, when that was happening live, I was like, oh my God, somebody needs a booster. And look, Trump just looked at him like, what is he saying? What are you talking about? That thing Biden did that 3 times. He was like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, dude, come on now. Come on. Really, Biden? Really?
Period. With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
Look at Trump. Look at Trump.
We had the safest border in history.
He just looking at it like this clown is the president. All right, okay, I'm gonna stop rewinding.
Look,
we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it.
There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating. He's lying.
And you're lying. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can you look at what's going on in these sanctuary cities? Look at what's going on in California. Look at what's going on in Texas, Arizona, Florida. Well, DeSantis got it locked down. Okay, so I can't really say Florida, but a lot of these immigrants, illegal immigrants, are coming in and flying into Florida, and they're trying to stay, but they get shipped right back over to the north, whether it's in Michigan or whether it's in New York or the city of Washington. Maybe they are going to the state of Washington, I'm not sure. But they're definitely being sent to New York, where they, go into these blue areas where it's impossible to turn red. Okay, I don't care how often you guys pray and wish upon a star, New York will stay blue. Okay, just just get over it. Just, let it go. Let it go. Let them have that place. It's not going to be like it used to be. It's going to take decades to turn New York back into what it used to be.
I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with.
Okay, I think this one right here is when Trump says, I don't know what he's talking about. Trump should have been clowning him throughout this entire debate. When I tell you that Trump really had mercy on Biden, trust and believe he had mercy, gave mercy to Biden, because he could have clowned him the entire debate.
On the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Now, look at Biden's face right here, okay? Look at Biden's face right here. The way he's staring off right there, it gives me the indication that somebody's talking to him, okay? I do believe he had a very small earpiece in here because while Trump is talking, this guy is like he's zoning out. But I don't believe he's zoning out like, where am I? What am I doing here? Who are these people? I believe he's looking straight so he can understand what someone is saying to him in his ear. That's what I believe. Okay, let's just rewind this again.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President Trump.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office.
Facts! That was so good by Trump. That was so good. Good comeback. And that's all. And let me tell you something. That's all the Democrats wanted to do was call Trump a convicted felon. Call him. But guess what? Nobody cares except for the demon rats. The demon rats are the only ones that care that he gets to be labeled a convicted felon. But everybody else don't really give a damn. Nobody cares. The whole convicted felon thing, you know what I'm saying? We're like, it's a nothing burger. We don't care about that. But Trump's right. After once Trump wins, trust me, Trump's going to win this time. Okay, we're not under any restrictions. We're not under any of those massive mail-in ballots and all those other things. We can't do that. Trump's going to win, and I think right now it's that people realize is that Biden looks bad. Biden looks frail, old. He doesn't know what he's doing. He because our leader is weak is the reason why our country is weak. And I need you guys to understand that a lot of the major countries don't take us seriously. How many times Saudi has clowned Kamala and Biden? All right. So I don't really need to talk about, I'm not going to go on a long list of countries that just don't respect America because of Biden. But they weren't doing this to us, and they didn't have this attitude towards us when Trump was in office. And these are just facts.
Convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back.
There's no inflation when he became president. That's just a lie. That was just a freaking lie. Okay, of course, Trump's going to get into the I love black people, like that whole identity politics that I hate so much.
15% unemployment. He decimated the economy. The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas. We are the biggest producer of support for Israel of anyone in the world.
He said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job.
The only existential threat to humanity is climate change.
And oh, my God. Okay, the whole thing with climate change, first of all, the electric vehicles were a dud. They have a lot of electric vehicles they cannot even pay people to take. All right. Here's a story I want to share with you all. When I went to Hertz, I'm going to go to a wedding in about 2.5 months from now, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get the cars and stuff in the hotel. I'm just gonna book all that now. So in the process of me going to Hertz Rent-A-Car to get a car, the cheapest car they had was a sedan and a compact. But guess what it said at the top? Electric. I said, oh no, I don't, no thank you. I don't want no electric car. You want to know something? The electric cars was $20 cheaper than the gas cars. So let me just give you an example. And of course, I'm going to the top of my head. So at the Hertz, if you wanted to get a compact car, I think it was a Ford. If you wanted to get the compact car, if you wanted to get the electric version, it was going to be $34 a day, right? If you get the gas one, it was going to be $54 a day. I went and chose the $54 a day. I was like, I'm not dealing with no electric. And I'm thinking, like, for them to have it that cheap, meaning they can't even get the cars to be purchased, so they can't even get the cars to be rented if you're going to rent them that cheap. So the whole thing with the climate change, I don't even know why this is a talking point, all right? Because the thing about it is that I don't want to go to electric cars, completely electric cars. I'm fine with gas. It's been working so far. Why stop now? And I'm glad that Trump did not really bite that bait, because this was a way for them to save Biden. Let me just rewind this because I don't even remember the talking points that they have for this.
Let him go and let him finish the job.
The only existential threat to humanity is climate change, and he didn't
Wrong.
do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
The Paris Accord was going to cost us $1 trillion. It was a ripoff of the United States.
Agreed.
He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people.
Well, hold on, Trump. The reason why you fire a lot of people because you have a bad judgment of character there, buddy. Okay? You tend to hire bad people and then realize that they're bad and then you fire them. Okay? Hey, come for me in the comments all y'all want to, okay? But I can list a whole lot of people who stabbed Trump in the back that he was just raving and hollering and I'm like, oh, these are great people. Omarosa, anybody? I could never understand for the life of me. You got a chick that was bragging about having a Hillary Clinton tattoo on her body, which I think she's lying. All right. She was ride or die Hillary. She was like, I'm a Democrat. I'm all about the black community and everything like that. Trump hired her. Omarosa, as Omarosa does, as she will always do, stabbed Trump in the back. And then guess what? He fires her. But that's just one of the long list of people that Trump had to fire because he hired bad people. You know, okay? I guess he has a bad judgment. No, not guess. He does have a bad judgment of character, okay? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not a cultist, so you can get mad at me all you want to. But yeah, that's the reason why Trump fires a lot of people. But all presidents, he has a point. All presidents do eventually fire some people. But when it comes to Biden, oh my God, look at him playing with his ear. See, I knew it. I just realized something. He playing with his ear. I told you he got something in his ear, dude. You know what I'm saying? But he's right. Biden doesn't fire anybody because he does the DEI thing.
At the FBI, drained the
Look at what he was playing in his ear. And I don't even know what he's looking at right now.
They were no good. This guy hasn't fired anybody. He's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country.
Presidential historians, they've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history. Best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history.
He will drive us into World War III.
Hold on. I gotta make a comment about this.
They said he was the worst in all of American.
Okay, now here's the deal. Everybody can get polls. Everybody can get opinions. This was just so what? This was like a so what, because you are considered the worst president in United States history. All right, you can't compare the economy under your presidency to Trump's. You can't compare the I guess you could say the amount of jobs people have had underneath your presidency. Also, our borders were safer. You stopped the construction of the wall. You allowed, and you also got rid of stay in Mexico. So there was a lot of things that you have done to this country, and you will be known in the history as the worst president in the United States. You will beat Jimmy Carter by far. Jimmy Carter used to be known, but now you'll be known. And I'm kind of glad about that. You can sit up here and say, I talked to a bunch of historians and they said that he was the worst president in the... No, that will be you. What Joe Biden is doing is projecting.
History.
He will drive us into World War III, and we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine.
This is actually true. We are, okay? You all don't need me to tell you what's going on right now with Russia and Ukraine. All right. Putin had told America and told the world, hey, you are giving United States missiles to Ukraine and telling them that they can hit territory in Russia. You can hit Russian territory. All right. That's just an act of aggression. And also, let's not forget, you having a lot of other countries join and ally with Russia, with China, with North Korea, with Saudi. All right. India is playing both sides of the fence, which I don't blame India. India is like, I'm going to be friends with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make enemies with anybody, but you ain't going to come over here and tell us what to do. We're going to make friends with you, America. We're going to make friends with China. With Russia. Okay. We about to do our own thing. So you have a lot of these powerful countries that are allying with each other against westernized countries like America, like Canada, like the EU, like the United Kingdom, like Australia. So it's like it's dividing in half. Also, Saudi stopped using the dollar. A lot of things are happening. And the more that we are giving away weapons, which are depleting our own stock, the weaker we're getting. Also, let's not forget, we are still under the number of recruitment for our army, for our military, because they decided to make it woke. So we don't even have enough people in our military because you woke it up. You was like, it's not about fighting. It's not about toxic masculinity. We need toxic masculinity to win these wars if we get in one. All right. I'm just saying, like, we are at our weakest because of Biden.
President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
You want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along that border. Then you have a war.
Okay, so I hate the fact that we care about Ukraine's border and not our border. So this is that we're giving billions and billions and billions to a corrupt country to protect their borders, but not our borders. Make that make sense.
The only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president.
Very bad.
That I'm going to make America great again.
We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, look. I forgot this part. So they included, like, Biden has to be helped down the stairs by his wife. This is so embarrassing. He can't even walk. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Oh my God! This is the president of the United States. He can't even get that. What is that? That's just 2 steps. That's just 2 steps. 2 steps. He can't even get down 1 step, 2 steps. You can't even get down 2 steps. By the way, 2 steps that is lit it up, that's illuminated. These are what? These are lighted steps. These. Oh my God. And people, I'm surprised. Hold on. The fact that CNN showed this just lets me know that they're ready to get rid of Biden. Maybe people are talking about they're going to possibly trade him out. I don't know. It remains to be seen. To me, them trading Biden out this early in the game, I don't know. And he would have to be sick with that to say, oh, he fell down, he can't get up. That's the only way I could see that happening. But no, this is just crazy. Okay, let's watch this clown right now get help down 2 small illuminated stairs. Okay, 2 steps. Just 2. 1, 2. Ein, zwei. Uno, dos. Okay, 2 steps. And he got to get help by his wife to get down these steps. The President of the United States. The President of the United States. Wait a minute, that was 1 step. Oh my God, that wasn't even 2 steps. That was 1 step. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I thought this right here was a step. It's 1 step. It's not even 2 steps. It's 1 step. Oh my God. Oh my God. 1 step. Okay, so here's the last thing right here. Here's the last thing. So they take Biden. I don't know where this is, okay, but I know this was trending on Twitter, and this is Jill giving a pep talk to Joe Biden. Listen to what she says to Joe Biden after the debate. It's gonna be amazing. Let me show this. Let me make sure this turned up. Okay, here we go.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
You answered every question, little Joey. Isn't that great? I'm going to give you a gold star. Amazing. Imagine telling the President of the United States, you did a great job, boo-boo. You answered all the questions. Isn't that what a typical person supposed? This is what you're supposed to tell a 3-year-old. This is what you're supposed to tell somebody who's 3 years old, okay? Oh, you did a little good there, Joey. You answered all the questions. Now here's your lollipop. Here's your gold star. Imagine just being, I guess you could say, impressed by him answering all the questions. God, man, we are so in trouble.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lie!
Are you serious? If anybody lying, it was him, okay? You know what? Now I see why CNN was like, y'all better not have any commentary. You better not do any fact checking or we're going to give you a strike. Now I know. Now I see. They knew that this was going to be a terrible showing on Biden's part. They were basically trying to soften the blow.
Yes. Joe,
Okay. This was amazing. This is so pitiful. All right. Well, there you go, there, taters. The next one will be by Fox. And Fox will not give empty threats in reference to giving copyright strikes to anyone. So I will be doing the next debate live on this channel. So there's that. Yeah, Trump did good. Biden looked like a clown. And you guys know I'm not like a favorite. Okay, I don't sit up here. I'm not part of the cult. I'm not part of the mega cult. So if I can look at this with an unbiased eye and say, yeah, Trump tore him up. Biden looks so weak, so frail, so incompetent. There's no way he's going to win the election. There's just no way. And even the Democrats right now are upset. They're embarrassed. And they're talking about replacing him. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, that's what's trending. So, okay, so there's that, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. And I will see what you guys got to say in the comments as always, okay? Later, taters.